How to build confidence, even if you're an introvert. Confidence. It feels like a word reserved for the bold, the loud, the ones who seem to own every room they step into. If you're an introvert, chances are you've experienced the opposite, the quiet observer, the one with a storm of thoughts inside, but a silence outside. I know this feeling because I lived it. For years, I thought confidence was something you either had or didn't. But the truth I discovered is this: confidence is not a gift reserved for extroverts. It is a skill, a muscle, and like any muscle, it grows when you train it. We grow up thinking that some people are just born with confidence, like eye color or height. The kids who raised their hands in class, who ran to the playground without hesitation, we assumed they were naturals. But here's the secret. Confidence is not a personality trait. It's a learned behavior. The shyest child can become the strongest leader. And the loudest extrovert can sometimes crumble inside. Confidence is not about noise. It's about trust. Trust in yourself. For me, it started with something ridiculously small. One sentence in the mirror. I can do this. At first, it felt silly, but that whisper planted a seed. Day after day, the seed grew roots. It didn't make me fearless, but it gave me a start. Confidence doesn't grow from giant leaps. It grows from stacked whispers of courage. Introverts fear speaking because they imagine failure. But when you prepare, fear shrinks. Walking into a meeting or conversation with thought-out ideas is like walking onto a battlefield with armor. You don't eliminate nerves, but you replace chaos with a plan. Confidence isn't the absence of fear. It's the quiet belief, I'm ready. The scariest part of introversion? Social situations, the eyes, the small talk, the noise. But the truth? People aren't watching you as closely as you think. They're too busy worrying about themselves. Once I realized this, the pressure melted. I stopped performing and started asking questions, listening deeply. To my surprise, people loved it. Listeners are rare, and that became my hidden strength. I used to say, I'm shy. That became my prison, until I shifted to, I'm learning to be confident. Identity is powerful. When you believe you're the quiet one, your brain protects that identity. But when you choose a new one, even a small upgrade, your brain begins to align with it. Confidence isn't about faking. It's about teaching your brain a new story. Confidence grows in the real world, not in your head. I practiced with small steps, greeting the barista, saying one extra sentence in meetings, holding eye contact 2 seconds longer. Tiny bricks, one by one, building a foundation. My heart raced. My palms sweated. I thought it was weakness. But fear feels almost identical to excitement. So I stopped saying, I'm nervous, and started saying, I'm excited. That single reframe transformed fear into fuel. Extroverts shine with energy. Introverts shine with presence. Confidence doesn't always mean being loud. Sometimes true confidence is being calm in the storm, the one who speaks little, but whose words cut deep. Confidence is not a destination. It's a practice. You don't wake up one day confident. You wake up a little stronger than yesterday. And over time, the quiet observer transforms into someone who shines without noise. Every time I studied a topic deeply, my confidence in speaking about it grew. Knowledge is fuel. You don't need to know everything, just enough to stand your ground. Introverts often ignore their victories, but every tiny step, every hello, every finished task is a win. Celebrate them. They stack up until you realize you've built a mountain. Confidence isn't perfection, it's growth. Perfectionism kills confidence because it says, I'm not ready yet. But growth whispers, take one more step. Introverts often avoid discomfort. But the truth, discomfort is the training ground of confidence. Every awkward pause, every shaky voice, every stumble, that's your gym. That's growth. Confidence isn't only inside you, it's around you. When your environment supports growth, books on the desk, reminders on the wall, healthy routines, your mind follows. Habits are introverts' secret weapon. You don't fight fear head-on. You build systems so small wins happen automatically. Over time, fear loses its grip. Most introverts doubt they belong. But confidence begins when you tell yourself, I belong here. Even if your voice shakes, the act of standing there is proof. Confidence isn't selfish. The more you help others, the more your brain learns, I have value. Teaching, guiding, supporting, these actions multiply your confidence. Confidence is not built just by action, but by reflection. Journaling turned my chaotic feelings into clarity, and clarity is confidence in disguise. Every action is a vote for the person you want to become. Even the tiniest choice, to speak, to act, to step forward, adds a brick to your identity. For introverts, confidence isn't about being the loudest. It's about carrying your own light, no matter how noisy the room is. Confidence takes time. Seeds don't bloom overnight. But with water, with daily action, they grow roots, and roots are invisible strength. Introverts may move slowly, but they move steadily. While others burn out, introverts endure. True confidence is not speed, it's sustainability. One day you realize something. You don't need to shout to be heard. You don't need to act like anyone else. Confidence, for introverts, is not noise. It's peace. Confidence is not magic. It's not born. It's built. Step by step, whisper by whisper, action by action, even introverts, especially introverts, can grow it. Because confidence is not about becoming someone else. It's about finally letting yourself be seen.
Subscribe and like if you liked the video. See you soon.